Hello, my ambitious, adventurous Aries. Welcome, welcome. It is Sachi. Thank you so much for all of your support, guys. You guys are number 5 for this month. You were just a couple votes shy of getting a bonus reading. So just a reminder, the top 2 videos with the most likes will get a bonus reading later in the month. But what we're going to do is take a look into what's going on in your current energy. What is your manifestation goal for this month? And then we'll look how to take your current energy and transmute it into your manifestation goal. If you missed my Astrology 201 course, the playback is now available in my website. You can purchase that in my shop. And if you missed the 101 class, that is in there too. So, you know, the solar system is an algorithm. Learn to read it. It will help you in every single way. Whoa, it looks like things are really going topsy-turvy over here. Apologize about that, Aries. So I'm wondering, is that your current energy? Are things getting a little bit woo woo woo? Very weird. All right, Aries, let's take a look. What's going on in your current energy? We have Knight of Cups in reverse and Page of Wands in reverse. So both of these are a little bit unevolved energies, and I feel like it's someone that you have dealt with rather than your energy specifically. The Knight of Cups in reverse is basically, this can be someone who is emotionally unstable, someone who is emotionally in and out, someone who pretends to offer true love but really doesn't. Page of Wands in reverse is telling me that you are having difficulties with boundaries here. Let's see, what's the light energy? Okay, I feel like this one wants to come out too. Actually, no, there was, yeah, it's the fire. Okay, well, I guess all 3 want to come out. We have a Lowland Rat-a-tat using Gnaw. So this is a dark type. I do feel like someone that you've dealt with is kind of like a rat here. We have Vulpix using Confused Ray. I feel like they brought a lot of confusion to you. This is Fox Spirit, which represents, you know, someone who's sneaky. We have Rat, which is also very sneaky. It says, when the sun goes down, it becomes active. It runs around town on a chase for good food for the boss for its nest. Eradicate. So, you might feel a little bit more nocturnal at this time. You may be, you know, collecting goods for someone else, for a boss or something like that. Like, I just feel like you've been doing work, you know, for somebody else. With Spiro, as you can see, Spiro, like, has that worm, you know, down stuck, right? So I feel like you caught someone kind of sneaking around, but there is some sort of confusion because I feel like they wiggled their way out of it. It says, eats bugs in a grassy area. It has to flap its short wings at high speed to stay airborne. So both of these have to do with food. And we do have the root chakra, which of course is, you know, food, drink, sleep, and your sense of safety. So I feel like someone has confused you, kind of destabilized your root chakra. You might be eating a lot and staying awake at night in response because your root chakra is unstable. It's talking about flapping its wings in order to stay in flight. So I feel like you're doing like a lot of energy in order to kind of stay afloat in some sort of way. It says, while young, it has 6 gorgeous tails. When it grows, 7 new tails are sprouted. So anytime there's tail energy, I always get that it's like something of the past. So I feel like you've dealt with these kind of people in the past, but you're realizing that it's sort of reoccurring. With the Page of Wands in reverse, again, I do feel like there is an aspect of not having boundaries here. Let's see, what's the shadow? Woo, we have Fletchinger using Peck Off. So yeah, we have Peck and Peck Off. So I feel like things are kind of like on and off with whoever this is. This is a fire type here. Again, we have another a bird type. So I feel like there is this energy of like, kind of, do I run or do I not? Again, it might be a back and forth type of thing. It says, the hotter the flame sack on its belly, the faster it can fly, but it takes some time to get the fire going. So yeah, I feel like you're trying to sort of stay afloat again, but this firepower, right, which Aries, you know very well, is, you know, it takes you a while to get your fire going, but then once you, you know, sort of like have that flame going, then you're pretty good and you can go a little bit higher. But this is happening in the shadow energy. So I feel like in the light, right, which is like your 3D reality, what's going on physically in your world, you're still kind of on the ground. In terms of the shadow aspect, what can't be seen, you're a little bit more ascended in some sort of way. So I feel like you're very much tuned in more to the shadow aspect. So you may not see it yet because sometimes, right, the shadow is the unseen realm. So if things are, you know, manifesting this way in the unseen, eventually it's going to be that way in the physical. So I do feel like you've been doing a lot of spiritual work. It's just the implementing it in the physical that hasn't really happened yet, or anchoring it, I should say. All right, let's see what's your manifestation goal this month. Okay, wow, we have a lot. Okay, well, let's see what wanted to come out. The Hanged Man. It's funny, I saw this in the cleansing ceremony as well. All right, if they want to come back out, they will. But so the Hanged Man is seeing something from a different perspective, right? The Hanged Man, it's basically saying, you know, no paths lead from the Hanged Man. It's when you kind of have to accept defeat in some way and go from a completely new approach. For some reason, I'm getting, like, I feel the need to mention that this is Piscean energy for you. The Hanged Man in this deck is an energy vampire. So there could be this thing of like, I don't know, like how to live forever. Yeah, death. How funny. I don't think you're really after immortality, Aries, but I do feel like you want something to sort of survive past yourself in some sort of way. Because, again, we have death in reverse, so I feel like you want to be able to, it's not that you have to go through a bunch of change, right? It's just that to change your approach, to change your perspective, to avoid some sort of ending. With the Emperor, this is your card, right? This is your card, Aries. This is ruling over your terrain. This is having power. In this deck, it's a Chinese water dragon, which basically gets whatever it wants through, it can be through intimidation. A lot of it is like, hey, you know, give me this or else sort of thing. But I feel like it's more that you want to embody your Emperor qualities. Five of Swords is kind of interesting here. In this deck, it has to do with trusting the inner child, okay? Because this tells a story of a guy who's like, you know, he's with his dad, and the little boy tells the dad, like, hey, let's not go in this forest because there's this, like, dead witch that wants to come in and get me, and she's gonna kill me or whatever. And, you know, the dad's like, oh, that's just a kid, you know, being a kid. And then, you know, come to find out, he goes in the forest and the spirit of this witch steals the child. So, you know, moral of the story, trust the inner child. And I feel like that is part of this aspect of, you know, your current energy, which is having difficulty establishing these boundaries, especially with this emotional come and goer. And so I feel like with the Emperor, it's basically asserting these boundaries because, again, the Emperor is like, hey, give me these offerings or I'm gonna, you know, blow your house down, basically. Not that you would ever terrorize anybody in that way, Aries. But I feel like it's more like, hey, don't do this or this is gonna happen, basically. But it's not, again, it's not in a terrorizing way. It's more in a trusting your inner child of like, okay, I know something bad is gonna happen if I don't, you know, if I'm not listening to what my inner child is trying to tell me. All right, let's see what's the light energy here. Okay, coming out stuck, we have P-Dove using homing P-Dove and gust. So a lot of birds here. Pay attention to any sort of feathers that you see and the messages that your angels, excuse me, may be sending to you. I gotta drink some water there. So P-Dove with homing P-Dove, homing has to do with like making a nest, right? Creating a home. So I feel like for some of you, this has to do with trusting your inner child in terms of who you are homing with, right? Who you decide to be with. It says, these Pokemon live in cities. They are accustomed to people. Flocks often gather in parks and plazas. So you may be wanting to move to a city. You might be wanting to be more accustomed to people, right? And, you know, be able to be around a lot of people. And again, without boundaries, that is very difficult to do. Let's see what's the shadow here. Okay, there's two. We have psychic type coming out stuck. So it looks like you are trying to strengthen your third eye, strengthen your intuition, which again, definitely has to do with the inner child. And then we have Buffalo Ant using double stomp. So this is some Taurus energy, some fixed earth energy with double stomp using, I feel like there's two aspects to this third eye. Let's see what more information. They charge wildly and headbutt everything. Their headbutts have enough destructive force to derail a train. Okay, so it actually does look like, you know, it's basically, hey, you know, I'm going to tell you what's going to happen if it's going to happen. You definitely have, you know, enough strength in order to, you know, quote unquote, derail a train. Not that that's actually what you're doing, but I feel like it has to do with this, you know, one track sort of momentum, is that you have enough power, you know, mental power. The third eye is in the head, and that's where he's headbutting. He even has like a third eye right there. That your mental power has the ability to, you know, move something off of its tracks. So I feel like, again, it's kind of like this guy who's like, no, I'm going to take this pathway home. Well, guess what? If it's not good to take that path, you're going to derail it, right? So I definitely feel that it is very important that you are, you know, communicating your boundaries with whoever you are dealing with, because it definitely is some serious stuff here. Let's see. Yeah, I was wondering which deck to pull from, and surprisingly, the Black Mirror wants to come out to take a look into the shadow. So I feel like there could be some shadow work here to be done, but we're going to take a look in the Black Mirror. Like I said in the extended, we're going to take a look at how to take your current energy and transmute it into your manifestation goal. We will... Oh, yeah, so in the extended, if you have an Eagle subscription on my website, it gives you access to not only your extended, but for all extendeds in the past. You can also watch your Sun, Moon, and Rising for the price of what used to be one video when I had Vimeo. But now everything is on my site. So anyway, all right, let's take a look here. Give us some information going into the extended. Where is this going? We have Colorless Angel. Okay. Hold on, I need to grab a different deck, you guys. Sorry, Aries, I didn't see that the thing went topsy-turvy. So this is actually connected to this deck. So I had it put elsewhere, but obviously it needed to be summoned. So let's see what's bringing us into the extended here. Going right to the Colorless Angel. We have Israfel, which is the angel of song. So I feel like you might be getting song messages during this time. You might want to do some shufflemancy or radiomancy, where you're like, okay, guides, like, you know, guardian angels, send me, like, you know, what message do I need to hear? And then you click the next radio station, or you know, shuffle on your iPod if you have one of those still, or even on your Spotify, whatever it may be. But additionally, I feel like there is a song in your heart that needs to be expressed. So we are definitely going to see how sound and hearing and what you are listening to is influencing whatever, you know, this is, right? So if you would like to follow me into the extended, the link is in the description box below. But if we part way here, good luck with the situation. I'm sending you so much love, a big hug, and a kiss on your third eye. Mwah.